I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the road to glory. We are still at around 1 million coins, and the team is looking mighty fine. I'm actually not too far away from completed Mendy now, but 4 games and it's all done. I just need 4 assists. So 4 assists in 4 wins, or 5 assists in 5 wins, or whatever it may be. It's one or the other. We'll take a quick look at it in just a second, but we're progressing quite nicely with objectives. I've completed a few as well. So Rush is obviously on the bench here. His record since you last saw it is still in the positive. I think it was maybe 20 goals, 20 games, 21 goals last time. So I've played a few, but nothing too crazy. I did enough so that I could complete a few of the objectives before they expired. There are new ones in there now as well. I've started them, and I'm not too far away. So Coman and Roussillon, who neither of which will feature in any of the teams that I have, but they will go straight into SBCs. Speaking of which, I've got a fair few packs to open today, and I'm hoping to be able to do an icon pack, because why not, right? We might as well, because I've got everything I need in the club, and I'm going to do it, even though for me, it is 2 o'clock on Sunday, and the upgrade packs expire today, and I'm expecting to get the 82 to 88s back, which, you know, not ideal, but I am expecting to have them back. I would be very surprised if they renewed the 85 to 92. I'm hoping they do, because that would just be amazing for another week, but I don't think they will, so we'll have to wait and see. If I were them, I would, until Friday, and then I would make them expire Friday, so when they drop the new batch of players, maybe they drop the 82 to 88 until maybe Monday, Tuesday, and then they drop the 85 to 92 again for the final week. That's what I would do if I were them, but hey, I'm not them, right? What do I know? So, in the club, Ibra is there. He is completed. Job done. That is just a 95 rated card that's going to go into an SBC. I have absolutely no use for him whatsoever. Haven't played a game with him. Not going to. I've already reviewed him. Have him on another account. And I mean, he's alright. There's nothing wrong with him. It's a good card. It's just not a card that, in my opinion, is better than anything I currently own. So there's not an awful lot of point. Pope is done. And of course, he's in the club. I don't really have a use for him. I mean, you know, in this, he would get, like, minimal chem. So I could, I guess, put him in there instead of Oblak. But what's the point, because Oblak is better. And then, of course, when I get Team of the Season Alisson next week, there's not going to be any point having him there either. So he's basically fodder again. And Babu, exactly the same situation to a certain extent, because I did say I would maybe like to get rid of the Liverpool trio in this team and replace it with a different trio because they are part of the Liverpool team, just to give us something extra to do. And Babu could be the player that we play on that right-hand side, because if we then go into a 4-3-3-4 variation, you get the Sancho link into Mbabu, and then it makes chemistry a little bit easier, and then maybe we could go for a little bit of a Bundesliga thing in the CDM and centre-back role. That's an option, so we'll wait and see what happens with Mbabu. I've got Bruno Fernandes to chuck into an SBC. I've got Nedved to chuck into an SBC. I'm not too far away. I think only maybe 4 games away from getting the 92 Bruno Fernandes, so that'll be another one we can chuck into an SBC. And then we start to drop down quite considerably in fodder then. So, I mean, I've got Navas. I do like Awa, and even though there's a much better version available of him, I do want to keep him to a certain... I don't know why. Part of me just wants to. Lozano's still got off the bench. Ziyech is fodder. And then the 2 Liverpool cards, obviously I'm not going to give them up. And then we're into nothing. So we need to fill the club up a little bit here or there. Saul can go at some point in something. Don't know what, but he can, because I don't need him anymore. Now we're going to use him. So he could go. I get what people were saying about this Paulinho card now. Like, at the time... And to be fair, I do kind of still think it's decent going forward. It could be a good thing. But at the time, I thought, you know what? It's not a bad SBC. It's different because he's a 74 rated card, but he's obviously like a 90 rated player underneath. You know, if you look at his stats, he's very, very good. But unless you plan on using him, which now it sounds stupid because if you think about it, why would you complete an SBC unless you plan on using him? But he does fit into this team. Like, I could replace Sancho with him, but he's not better than Sancho, so why would I? I completed it because it was different. It was cheap enough. I had the cards, and I thought, why not? Something I want to eliminate next year's Road to Glory, but I thought, why not? And I like the idea of EA dropping silver objectives, and then obviously him counting as a silver, and we go into silver games or games, you know, with silver cards looking to complete objectives. I like the idea of it. Unfortunately, EA have done one, and that's it. They've not done any more. So I'm kind of hoping next year that they release a silver requirement game mode. So release a weekend league, but you can't have more than 2 gold cards in the team. Release a rivals section. So you've got rivals where you have unlimited, you can do whatever you want like it is now. And then you've got another section where you go in separate rewards and you have to use a silver team. Or you could, like I said, you could only use maybe 2 gold cards or something. So that's what I like about it. But now I'm in a position where, yeah, okay, he can fit into the team, no problem, because he links to Firmino, links to Witsel. But I don't want to replace Sancho, so he's on the bench. But I never bring him on because I have players who are better than him to bring on. And I can't put him into an SBC because he's a 74 rated card. So where people were saying before, as I can't even use him as fodder, I was thinking, well, don't use him as fodder, just actually use him. I'm in a position where I don't really want to use him, and I can't use him as fodder. So I get what people were moaning about. I mean, I did at the time, but I get it a little bit more now because I'm in that position myself. So it's one of those things. I think in the future, if EA can release, you know, silver specific modes, because at the moment, if they drop an objective and they say go and win 5 games with a silver squad in rivals, you could be coming up against full icon teams. You could come up against crazy sides because there's no filter. But if next year they say, look, there is a specific rivals mode that requires most people to use silvers, or at least a large amount of silvers, that's fair then, in my opinion. So that would be nice to see. Maybe just tournaments come back again or something of that nature. Yeah, it would be nice. I would like to see almost like a group stage kind of thing. So they bring back tournaments to a certain extent, but instead of having just one round knockouts like draft, because I'm not a big fan of them. If you come up against someone who's just so much better than you in the first round, you get knocked out and you don't get very good rewards, and that's the end of it. If you have a very bad game in the first round, you get knocked out, that's the end of it. So what I'd like to see is a, 5-game, 10-game system where you accumulate points per goal that you score, per goal you concede, and per win. Something like that, right? And then at the end of it, you're on a chart, and your reward is whatever it is in the table or whatever it may be, right? That would be something interesting because it would always give you a reason to play. And also, it would give you a reason to... That's something that's just come to mind, and I'm thinking, do you know what? That's actually fantastic. So basically, you get 3 sets of, or 2 sets of rewards then. Maybe not goals conceded, because then people would just want to park the bus and win the game 1-0, right? So there is a point system for every time you win a game. So if I win, so maybe you get, you get 1 point for a win. I know it sounds like, why didn't you get 3 points? But you get 1 point for a win and you play 5 games. If I win all 5, I get the 5-point win reward, which is 50,000 coins, or 30,000 coins, or a 50k pack, or whatever it may be. If I lose every single game, but I've scored goals, there is a ranking for how many goals you score, right? So if you score 3 goals in 5 games, you get 5k, 10k, whatever it may be. But 10k is a bit too much, but 5k. And then if you score 5 goals, or you score 6 goals, and then it goes all the way up to maybe like 20 goals plus. And if you hit 20 goals plus, you get the top reward. But you get 2 rewards. So if I score 20 goals and I get 5 wins, I get the 5 win reward and I get the 20 goal plus reward. The reason I would like that, and if you're still with me, awesome. The reason I would like that is because even if you are getting battered every single game you play, and you can't win for the life of you. If you can get a reward for just scoring goals, there is every reason to continue playing. There's no point in this, oh, I'm just going to leave and go try and find someone I can get maybe 3 points with and just finish on the bottom rung. Keep playing, keep battling it out. Every goal counts now, you know, so people are going to be throwing things forward. People are going to be trying to score goals more than they normally do. There will be a lot less of the whole sort of drop back mentality because people want to score goals. And in that, makes for an awful lot more of an exciting experience when playing the game, because people aren't too... I mean, they will still be concentrated on defending, sure, but people will be very sort of mindful of how many goals they've scored and how many goals they would like to score. Make the goals scored reward system better than the win system, because you still get rewarded for your wins, so people will still want to win the game, but people will be more focused on scoring goals. So if you lose the game 6-5, you've lost, you don't get any points, but you do get points for those 5 goals. And then you're thinking to yourself, do you know what, I've lost, but I've got a good amount of points there for my 5 goals. That is a brilliant system, in my opinion, because it gives casuals and people who get really frustrated with the game a reason to continue to play regardless of the result. Even if you lose in 10-2, I've added 2 goals to my tally. I'd love that. Speaking of love that as well. Not as expensive as I'd like him to be, but I will take it. I will take... If you didn't see it, his name was Mario Götze, I was going to say 2082 rated. He's actually really cheap considering some of the requirements. I've done the party bag, as you can see. We'll open that. I've done 285 to 92s. We'll open that. I've got a 50k pack from Marquee Matchups, which is tradable, as well as the small prime and I think the prime electrum. They're all tradable. We'll open them. I'm hoping to have an icon pack as well. Now, I know full well that there are... This is an 85 to 92, by the way. I know full well that there are other things that are probably better for me to do than the icon pack. Rating? Okay, not the best, but not an 85, so I'll take it. That's for damn sure. 86 rated. But the excitement and the content is what I want realistically from that icon, okay? So that's why I want to do an icon. Now, whether I will do or not, obviously the title will suggest it. So if you can see in the title that I've done an icon, then awesome. If not, then it'll be in the next episode. This is going to be a scream card. It is going to be Sabitzer, which isn't a great scream card, unfortunately. But still, I know I can't sell him, but he's worth 20... Well, he was worth 25k before Summer Heat started. I don't know what he's worth now, but that is obviously the lowest of the low. You say, oh, screen card, but it's 85 rated, so it's kind of like, well, it's still bad, isn't it? Oh, he's worth a lot less now. He's worth about 15. Not that you can sell him anyway. He's still not a terrible card. Skill moves are going to let him down, but reasonably well-rounded. Chem style in a strategic position, and you could actually still use him to a certain extent. But we're into the nitty-gritty now. Let's do the Prime Electrum. We haven't got a board from a normal pack yet. I would very much like to get... I would like to get a board. Just an 83 rated card, EA. That would be really, really helpful right now. This 50k pack is going to be absolutely abysmal. I can sense it. These cards have been shocking, or packs have been shocking, so you know full well that 50k pack is going to be horrendous. For those who are interested, and I'm hoping this is going to mean a lot of you, I released a video this morning that was not FIFA, and it was I ran a mile a day for 14 days. And I'm still doing it, so it's not going to be just 14, it's going to be 30 days at some point. But I want to do more of that type of thing, to the point where I'm hoping, and I probably mentioned this before, can we get a board in this one? No, I mean, there's just no point opening the packs right now. Honestly, EA do not like me. This is shocking how I've not got a board from any of these packs. I mean, if they go on value, surely these should be... I don't know, maybe that is messing with it, because, like... I don't know. Anyway, what I'd like to do for next FIFA, not that it's going to happen, but what I think I've mentioned it before, is I would like to be able to bring you a road to glory every single day and not take a break, because I'd be playing a lot less FIFA. I would be far more engaged with the series and I would want to really go for it, and I would be more than happy to play a weekend league every weekend, and I'd be more than happy to go play a bunch of rival games because I wouldn't be doing anything else. Because what I would like to do is bring out a road to glory every single day with the odd video here or there of maybe a review or something, but as well as like a real life like running exercise style video, which is and like it's basically a challenge. It's not going to be, you know, this is what you have to do to get healthy, this is what I'm doing to get healthy. It's going to be, I try to do this in a week, I try to do this in one day, and you know, those type of videos. Because I you know, I've always really liked exercise and things like that, but running especially, and I'd like to do videos on it, and I've started. They're not, I mean, they're getting good receptions with regards to like the like ratio, but just not getting the amount of views I was kind of hoping that they would. So if you do want to go see that and you are interested, feel free to go over to that video that I released earlier today. Let's open the 50k pack and be bitterly disappointed with our lack of board. We do get a board, okay, never mind. And it's just a board. Honestly, like I know Gylfi Sigurdsson. I knew straight away from opening the first couple of packs and not getting a board. I knew full well that I wasn't going to get anything good from any of this. And it's weird how I knew that. Like, I could just tell. If you're not getting boards that often from packs that contain a lot of rare cards, which I've been opening, you just know that you're not going to get anything good, and you know that it's not on your side. So when I said I don't want to open the 50k pack, I wasn't saying it for effect. If I was a casual, I wouldn't have opened that, because I knew. I would have waited, and then I would have gone away, left it for a few hours, come back, opened or built another couple of upgrade packs, and then opened them to see what it was like, to see if the sort of wind had changed, if you will. And obviously next year, if I do decide and have, you know, managed to build up enough of an audience with the running stuff to only be doing a road to glory as well as the running stuff, maybe next year I would have waited, because I would have had the time to wait, right? Put that in the club, sell everything else we have, and open the best of release 2 party bag, I guess. Here we go. Let's not mess around. Let's not take our time with it. I'm looking for a FUT birthday card, obviously. Now, we're not going to get one. We are going to get a... Is it... What? A man of the match? Is that right? Jimenez? What? Oh, Europa League Live. I was well confused. I was like, what on 86? Just, honestly, today, don't open packs. That is shocking. I'm not surprised. I'm not angry, because I just knew. Like, honestly, like I said, I would have waited if I'd had the choice. But I needed to upload the video, right? But... straight away, right from the get-go, I knew not to bother, but there we are. So, based on that, is opening an icon pack a good idea? I don't think it is, in all honesty. I really don't think it is today, so I'm not going to. I would like to, and I think the plan will be to do that tomorrow, but for today, I think we're going to call it there, because that was unbelievably bad across all the packs that we opened. I might do one more 85 to 92 and see if we can build up a little bit more fodder. And I tell you what, this David Luiz, as expensive as it is, I was actually very tempted, because if we decide, or I say if we decide, I have decided, I want to try and get a different trio instead of Fabinho, Firmino and Trent in that main team, just to be a little bit different. And in next episode, I will show you a lot of gameplay, because I'll start grinding towards a couple of the other objectives. I'll play a little bit more, but because it mainly been menu, and I think that's what happens in a Road to Glory, especially on this channel. We do, you know, gameplay an awful lot throughout the very beginning of the series. Then we do a mixture of both throughout. And then as we progress through to the end of the year, we kind of drop off from gameplay and just focus on menu content, because menu content is so good at the end of the game compared to the beginning. So that's just what happens. If you're sick of menu content, it's just how the game goes. It's just how Road to Glories tend to go. But that card is very expensive. However, he links to Militao. And, okay, I know it's a Liverpool player, but if I do get Team of the Season Alisson, I'll be alright leaving him in there. He links to David Luiz, and then we can go into something else. Maybe go and get Flashback Allen to replace Firmino, and then put someone else at right back. I don't know who, but yeah, I don't know. It's an option. He's expensive, but he's there forever. And if they re-release the 85 to 92, grindable. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I just don't know. I mean, Longley is another option as well because he's obviously going to link with Militao and Oblak. Could get Longley. Again, there forever. Cheaper than David Luiz. And then we could maybe go for like a French thing. So we could go and get Aouar. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Screw David Luiz. Let's get Longley. Put him in there next to Eder Militao. In fact, let's go have a look at that right now. So we get rid of Fabinho. And for those who've like just been skimming the video and are not really paying too much attention, shame on you. But I have a Liverpool team, right? So let me just show you that for a second. So I've got a past and present-ish Liverpool team, as you can see there. Do need to apply a couple of contracts to Wijnaldum and Divock Origi. It's not done by any stretch of the imagination. I want to replace Henderson with the team of the season. I want to replace Alisson with the team of the season. And there is every chance I will replace Gomez with a version of Van Dijk at some point. I would also like to get Kenny Dalglish. And I would like to try out John Barnes, maybe Michael Owen. And obviously, if I can afford it at some point, get either the prime or the moment Steven Gerrard in there somehow, right? So there's an awful lot of work to do with regards to this, and that's why grinding the menus is so good, because we can grind an icon pack, potentially pack Gerrard or Dalglish or whatever it may be, and then of course we can go and complete SBCs that come out. If there's a moments SBC that's due to come out after the prime, we can do that as well, having loads of fodder in the club. But because that's the team and I'm using the trio there, I ideally would like to... I've pressed the wrong thing. Ideally, what I'd like to do is make this team completely different to my main team. Not that we're like going to be going into weekend leagues with it or anything, but just for sort of, you know, visuals, really, more of an aesthetical thing. I'd like to change this little trio because it's just, you know, it's in the same thing. I want completely separate teams, right? So right here we could put Longley and... Well, there we go. I'll use the loan just as an example. Obviously, that would be the best version of him, right? So we can put Longley there. I can then go and get myself, and I'll use the season objective version of Aouar. But because I like Aouar's team of the season so much, like it's just unbelievable, and I would use him as a cam as well. Because Witsel would be the CDM, Modric would still be the box-to-box, Mertens would be the striker, and then Sancho and Vinicius either side, and then Aouar would be the cam. Honestly, on my other account, Aouar gets so many goals from that cam spot. And then in here, we get a right-back. Now, not everyone has to be on full chem. I'm alright with people being on 7 chem. Mertens is on 7. He could be on 8, I think, if I was to replace Guardiola with someone like from Belgium or the... Italian league, so that's fine. So maybe we get a Frenchman from the Italian league as a manager, and that fixes things, right? But in terms of the right back, I don't have anyone. I mean, I've got on Barbu, but obviously that doesn't link. So I don't have anyone that works. So ideally, what we'd have to do is go and have a look to see if there's any decent French right backs. Kenny Lala has a team of the season card, and he's the only one worth getting. So knowing EA, probably by this evening, we'll have a decent French right back SBC anyway. But if that's not the case, is Lala the best one? Yeah, we did have Raphael at one point, which would have worked to an extent. Well, no, it would have worked because we could have switched. I don't know, maybe it would have, maybe it wouldn't have. I don't know. But either way, it doesn't matter now. It's irrelevant because he's gone. We could go and get Kenny Lala. That's probably the only and the best option we have, really. So if I were to get him in there and I have a look to see how much he is... what are we saying for his price? I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Kenny Lala in this game, actually. I've got his Player Moments card. Yeah, see, that's an unbelievable amount of money. I've not used the team of the season. His Player Moments card is decent, but, I mean, that is unreal. That is such a good card. Oof, no wonder he's expensive. That is mad. Okay, well, forget that. Maybe we have to get Zambrotta. Maybe we pick up an icon or something. I don't know. But either way, I'm thinking that could be the play, you know. We get to keep Oblak in this team. Team of the season Alisson will go into the other team when we eventually get there, and then we can upgrade that Liverpool team periodically. Team of the season Aouar, which I love, will get in there. We can complete Longley over time. He goes in there, and then we just need a decent right back. And obviously we upgrade our Mendy, and that could be the team done. Hopefully Real Madrid beat Granada, and then we get a 95 rated Vinicius as well, and then that would be unreal. I'd be so happy with that team. I think that, honestly, if I can do that, and we get a decent right back, I'm thinking Zambrotta right now, to be honest, but if we get a decent right back, that could be the best team I've ever built, including FIFA point accounts. It could be. It could be. I know a lot of people will be like, well, no, it's not, because your team's not that good. But in my opinion, I think for not spending any money on the game, to have that team as your main team, and then to have that Liverpool team as a secondary fun squad, I'm very happy with the way that this season, this game cycle has gone. Very, very happy. But tomorrow's another day, and we shall see what it brings. Hopefully EA drop a decent French right-back SBC tonight, and hopefully tomorrow. There may be an icon pack, there may not, right? It depends. I do now want a complete long lay because I would like to get Awar in the team, and that's a nice soft link into him. And I don't mind playing him off chem, because I do in my other squad on my other account. I just need a decent right back to go in there. So any suggestions, feel free. Do you think doing long lay is a good idea, or is there a better player on the market that we can buy? I don't think there is to link in Awar that also gets the chemistry into Militao and Oblak, but maybe I'm missing something. And of course, if you have enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index, the game changed. Download the app now.